Hi guys, welcome back to iN2IT Oracle. We have part 2 for our video on the iN2IT Astro Persona. Kimberly and I are here to do another reading, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Chosen, I've been waiting here for you since the beginning of this universe. You know the world is fading. There's a secret power hidden in your soul. Don't be afraid to use it, 'cause you're the one. You're the one. You're the one.
Well, we thought we would take the approach of if you have somebody in your life that you see often, you maybe have minimal interaction with, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's somebody that you've, just run into a few times in town or at the gym. You don't know a lot about them, but you find them interesting and curious to know more about them. And this Astro Persona is a really, really good deck for giving you an opportunity to have a profile of that person. And then you could follow it up with some more questions that you can use other decks to answer.
Right.
So, Debbie, you've got someone in mind, don't you?
Yes, I do. I have someone in mind that I see all the time, and for whatever reason, I just have not gotten to know them at all. I mean, paths haven't crossed that way, but I've seen them enough to kind of have a sense of their personality enough. But I want to know more. It's an interesting person to me. So, but what's going to be this is where we first talked about it. The reason why this is really helpful is that you get to go into your own inner knowing. Okay, my cat's trying to take over my set. Trying to get up on the table. No, no, kitty. I don't know why cats do that. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna ask some questions about this. Let me bring up our tabletop. Okay, I've got our tabletop here. And so we're gonna go in and we're gonna find out some information about this person. And I'm gonna pull 5 cards because I don't know this person very well, if at all, but I see them all the time and I've got good feelings. Okay, so the first card that comes up is needs to be needed by others. Another card just flew out. Clear-headed. Oh, I like that. I like clear-headed. As opposed to whatever we had pulled some before that were, ooh, eager for reciprocation. Kimberly, that is the truth. Remember? Because this is a person that's actually made eye contact with me. Kitty, kitty, kitty. No. I love you, but no. All right, and let's see what else we got. And proud. I kind of picked up some Leo energy, and that is a Leo card. This person has a lot of hair, like thick hair. So I'm thinking, hey, you know what, Leo? Leo, proud. And the final card I got is partnership extremes. Okay, so we got partnership extremes. So I just sent Kimberly the cards so that she can take a closer look. And the first thing that we both saw in these cards is the eager for reciprocation, because one of the things that I noticed, and the reason why it even, dawns on me to ask questions, is that when I go to it's at the gym. I go to the gym a lot. And it's very hard to make contact with people at my gym. There's a very small crowd of us, that kind of do make contact, but a lot of people just go about their business. But the reason why this person interested me is because they kept making eye contact with me, and I was like, is this person looking at me? What do they want? It's eager for reciprocation. Yeah. So that's kind of interesting.
And overall, I'll just say this is a really great profile, about this person who, you don't know a lot about or anything about, but that, there's a lot of, this sounds like a really interesting and very great sounding person.
Yeah.
So he would be somebody who, some things that kind of jump out at me is kind-hearted, but would take, love or relationships serious, because this is in the moon in Leo person.
Yeah, there's 2 Leo cards here and 2 Libra cards. Oh my gosh, those are like my 2 strongest suits for
those are good
partners.
For your personality.
Yep.
So, and Virgo, you got a lot of Virgo in your chart too.
And I've dated a lot of Virgos, so that's interesting. Wow.
So, this person, could be somebody who's able to express their emotions. They're body aware while they're at the gym.
Yeah,
right?
that's very true. I've noticed.
Ambitious.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms of the
Mhm.
working out, it's like I can tell, and this is what tunes you into your own inner knowing about someone. I go religiously every day at a certain time. I'm like very robotic about it. He just makes it whenever he can, but he's there a lot. So it's just like it's important to him. It's a priority to him, but it's not like he's a serious bodybuilder. You know, bodybuilders tend to be very regimented about their routines and there's so many days on and off and all of that. Go ahead.
Mhm.
What else are
Something
you
else that
saying?
jumped at me was uninhibited, because the way you described the eye contact seemed rather uninhibited. It's kind of amazing that you guys haven't had a conversation yet based on
Yeah.
the very, very direct eye contact. So that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. All
Um,
right. So I
okay,
don't know if there's
so
anything else that jumps out at you, or you want to pull some cards. Like this
yeah.
might be a place where you're like, okay, so
Yeah.
your interest, I think, as you're talking about, would be you're kind of interested in maybe actually having a chance to talk to this person.
Right.
So a question might be something along the lines of, how can I, move this forward from just making eye contact to talking to them? What's some advice on
I
getting
was
to know
gonna
this person?
say, what's the advice, or is there anything, any actions that I can take? Or is this something that I need to sort of let unfold? Well, I got the catalyst, so that's interesting. So there's something about this person that's a catalyst.
That, or you
Effort
might need a
required.
catalyst.
Effort required.
See, okay, I think the catalyst came up because you'll need a catalyst to get it going. Like, maybe
Okay.
nothing is going to ever happen unless, you put in some effort, there's some kind of catalyst to make connection. Like, it might never go further than eye contact if you don't.
Okay. All right. So we got
Yeah.
the catalyst. And let's see
And
what
I'll just
else.
bring up again,
Yeah.
because we had a very specific question. And we have always found that with whatever you're doing or reading, the more specific your question is. And then when you've got cards come up, make sure that you're reading those cards in the context of your question,
Mm-hmm.
so that, that's how you can maintain that good focus and getting some really good answers, some clear
So
answers.
the question I asked was, what advice to move this forward, and that's why I picked out the words effort required. In other words, more than likely, there's going to be some effort required on my part or someone's part to get this going, because it's not going to just happen on its own.
On its own. It's a
However,
catalyst.
I also got the tracks, which is keep going. Keep going, go the
So you're already on
distance.
track for it.
I'm already on track for it.
Hmm.
And I will say this, I'm
Keep
just
going to the gym.
right, right. Well, can I tell you
Quite
something?
literally.
I want to tell you something. This is really important. My inner being, I knew that he worked out at a certain time during the day. I work out at night, but I have a training session during the day, which is when I saw him. And so my inclination was, well, I'm going to change my training time. And what my inner being told me very specifically, keep going at the same time you normally go and watch him show up when you're working out in your normal times. And it happened a couple weekends, 2 weekends ago. He showed up both weekend days. So
Oh,
at the
okay.
time that I
Interesting.
was there. So my inner being, again, guys, this is all about following your own inner guidance. All right. So interesting. So the tornado just came up, Kimberly.
Hmm.
So there's a storm brewing of some kind. And it could be like over and done, like boom, like I don't see him anymore. I mean, it's really, oh, but guess what just came up after that? The Celtic knot.
Oh,
I don't
interesting. Hmm.
understand. All right, so we've got the tornado, the Celtic knot. I'm gonna pull. Oh my gosh, look at the card. The card that was flipped over that I looked down at says third person.
Mm.
Okay, so we can take this a
Interesting.
couple of ways. The middle of the card, the middle, like I usually, guys, I usually use in a cards with 5 cards in the iN2IT Oracle. Usually the central card is the card I read as the main energy. There is something going on. There is, it's not the third person is right not next to the tornado. All right, there's two things. There's either two possibilities. Number one, he's already in a relationship with someone. When I find out, oh, he's taken, then boom, it's over and done and I don't even notice him anymore. That's one. And the other is
Hmm.
he's in a relationship with another person that's getting ready to break it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I don't have a strong intuitive feeling of either one, and I think
Okay.
it's more something that you're gonna find out as
Well,
you
you
get
know
into
what?
it, you know?
Let's clarify. I'm going to ask the question. And
Okay, there
this
you
is
go.
showing, so the
Yeah.
question I have now is this is this what is the outcome? What is the outcome of this connection? We're just going to go ahead and what's the outcome? What is
For
the for
you.
me? What's the outcome for me
Hmm.
in this connection? Yeah, that's a good one. We got to get really specific. I got a diamond ring.
Ah.
Proposal, engagement,
So this is one of those ones
marriage,
where
union.
everybody's gonna be curious, like, keep us posted.
I know, I know. Isn't that interesting though? Yeah, because I got the Celtic knot and a diamond ring. Well, guys, but do you see how exciting these readings can be if you've got your interest in
Right?
someone? But you know what? I do want to do another reading. Let's clear the table off. Let's do something more relationship oriented, like someone. We have a question here with the Q Oracle. How can I manifest a more positive relationship with this person? Kimberly, do you have anyone in mind that you're trying to create a better relationship with?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna pull some Astro Persona cards for this person, or do you wanna share with me what
Let's
it
do
is
no
you're
Astro
trying to?
Persona.
Okay. So
Okay, so this is somebody who I haven't, we at one point in the past we were much better friends, much closer, and we've drifted apart. And so
okay,
let's see what happens with, saying, and I do want to see some cards show up to see if there's anything from Astro Persona. First of all, that's what we're here to do.
right.
So let's start with Astro Persona
Yeah.
and let's pull 5 cards and see how this person shows up.
Okay. So
And
so is your question, how is this person showing up for me?
oh no, in like not necessarily for me, but I guess I'm wanting to see the Astro Persona nail what I know about this person because I know them
Okay.
very well,
Okay. So you're
and just see if that's who's showing up in my question here. You know what I mean?
okay. Yep.
Because
So
that's
we
something
want
that's like kind of like
confirmation.
it's
You want
confirmation that this is who we're
confirmation.
talking about.
All right. So
Yeah.
focus in.
And then we also can gain some insights about this person from those cards that come up
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I guess I was thinking too. All right, but let's go ahead and say, first of all, this is confirmation. The first one I got loves with all their heart and soul. Okay.
Okay.
That's the moon in the eighth house of Scorpio. Loves with
Oh
all
wow,
their
that's
heart.
that's that actual person's moon sign too.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm
A
not even kidding. Okay.
serious romantic.
Okay.
Um, okay, hang on. Share your creativity. So we got Pluto in the fifth house. Hang on. We're going to have to get you a picture of this. Oh, hang on a second. These just sort of dropped out. Hang on. Hang on. I had too many kind of drop out on me. So we're looking for 2 cards. 2 cards only. There's one of them. Creative expression of the heart. Creative expression of the heart is Neptune in the fifth house, Leo. We got 2 Leo cards here. We got a Pisces and a Scorpio, which is kind of interesting because those are you got Pisces and Scorpio. Hang on. All right, I ended up with 2 more cards. Well, we're just going to take them all because they were 2. They flipped at the same time. We got socially expansive and bohemian. Okay, so now Kimberly has had a chance to take a look at the cards, and we wanted to say right up front is that even though I pulled the cards for her and I can read these cards for her, we always say the best person to read your cards for is you. If you know your situation pretty well, these cards are going to mean something to you. So Kimberly, what are you getting in terms of, we got confirmation, right, that this is the person?
Right.
Okay.
And while I would never want to tell anybody how to read cards for a client, if you're an experienced card reader, this would be a place where I myself would do like what Debbie's doing and say, what here jumps out at you? Because that feedback is going to be invaluable. And the first thing that jumps out at me is the first card, because that's this person's actual moon sign, moon in Scorpio. And there's a lot of other cards here that, from what I know about him, is it's very accurate. So, we'll just kind of go from there. So the real, question, and one of the reasons I want to just pull up the Astro Persona here was it does give confirmation to that person who you're reading for or for yourself that we're tuning in to who this person is. And so, helping kind of expand your ability to trust, what else comes up. And I have I'm just, I don't even know if I really need to go much more into pull these, like, do you want to talk any more about some of these things that seem
Well, I
relevant, or
see
you
a
just want to
whole
get right
bunch of
into the
things because now I know who you're talking about. I would say, oh
hmm
my gosh, these are dead on accurate. They're really accurate.
and feels unworthy? Yes, I think that that's
Complicated
there,
love
and gets
life.
taken advantage of.
Yup.
Yes, and gets taken advantage of. Very creative person. That's Pluto in the fifth house, Leo.
I was
That's,
gonna say
I don't
he's
know if this
Leo,
person.
isn't he? Because you got
Yeah,
two
I don't know if
Leo,
his Pluto is in Leo, but
but still you came up with
yeah,
two
or in the fifth house,
Leo.
but yeah, interesting. Highly
Yeah,
motivated, devoted, which is very much of a Leo characteristic.
right. We got even
So, well, and then,
materialistic, not wanting to let go of a particular possession that was
mm-hmm,
important to him. I remember that part.
yep,
Um, what about team sports? Just curious.
yes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely into that for
yeah,
sure.
yep.
Charming, totally social butterfly.
Sociable,
Yep.
freedom loving. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this
And
person.
sometimes superficial, and I'll say that superficiality is very
Mm-hmm.
common
Mm-hmm.
for somebody with, they seem that way, they're not, but
Right.
they can seem that way with the Scorpio moon, because the Scorpio moon is like the most hidden Scorpio. Like, you can be a Scorpio moon and no one would ever know it,
Right.
because you keep it extremely hidden. It's like you keep all of your feelings and things so hidden that you seem superficial because you don't ever let people see your belly, kind of thing.
Right. Right. All
So
right,
that
so
would
we
make sense.
have identified that this person is showing up as she's asking about the questions. And this is a really good way to use the Astro Persona, is to confirm that you are in connection and contact with the particular energy of that person, that they're actually
Hmm.
showing up in the reading. And now what we're going to do is do we want to use a different deck?
Intuit Oracle.
Okay, we'll just use the Intuit Oracle
Unless
again.
you
Just
unless you
it's
want to
all
pull
convenient.
Custom Zodiac 108 too,
No,
but
that's
I
okay.
think
But
Intuit
what we're going to
Oracle is good.
do is we're going to find out how Kimberly can manifest a more positive. Is that what we're doing? More positive relationship with
Yeah.
this person? All
Or
right.
even if I should.
Or even if you should. That's a really good
Hmm.
question. So I'm going to put it right in the center of the table. And let's go ahead and see, how can Kimberly manifest? Okay, the first card that came up is the rabbits. So the rabbits is all about new beginnings. Okay, so that's the first card here. New beginnings. Um, resourceful. Let's see here. I always think of rabbits multiplying. Oh, wow. Dolphins. Dolphins for me is always about playful communication. Playful, playful, playful. Lighten up the mood. To approach the situation, the energy of the situation with humor. Effective communication is really important too. We're going to go with 5 cards. Typically I do 5. Okay, we also got the church. Okay, so that's about belief systems. So there might be some need to change your belief system about the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
shift your belief system about it. Stepping stones, process of arrival, keep going, baby steps, progress, spiritual growth happening. And the third card I got a butterfly card, which is metamorphosis. So
Mm.
it's really funny that cat, what do you want to call it? The alchemy kind of energy around the situation. Um, Butterfly is going through metamorphosis, a rising up of the soul, an evolution of the soul, that's spiritual growth. Um, so how can you manifest a more positive relationship with this person? What is your inner knowing telling you based on some of the cards you've just heard?
Well, I just first of all want to jump to the center card, because it's amazing that you said exactly what popped into my mind as soon as the church came out. And it is not something, it's not really words on the card. And it's not something I've ever thought of with that card before. But as soon as you said the church, and the first thing that came into my thoughts was changing my belief system
Yeah.
about, changing something in how my belief system is in regards to this person and the connection, and or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So there is something that has to shift in that, and then also we end up with the metamorphosis at the end.
Yes. Yes.
So, so embracing something and changing here, some kind of evolution, some reinventing, whatever. That there's a process of arrival here and spiritual growth with this. Seeing the rabbits at the first of it,
Mm-hmm.
there's some kind of a new beginning around this, is really interesting to me. And I don't know if really the answer is just to like completely change my my thought, my belief system around who this person is for in connection in my life, or if it's like just that there has to be some kind of change in my thinking in order for this positive relationship to manifest. So
Yeah.
I actually think I might have some other a further question to even look into.
Okay.
So
Which would be?
Okay, so in around changing my belief system, what do I need to do to help change my belief system around this person? What information or insights will can be shown to me to help me shift my thinking and belief system around this?
Can I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
How about if we use our healing deck?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, maybe
Because
what needs to be healed.
Right. What might need to be healed? Because that's what came to me, is something might need to be healed. And this may or may not work. Guys, this is our first time using this in this way. Typically, we would
Yeah.
use the healing deck to say, let's set a healing, what are we going to focus on in terms of healing? But let's see if we can find out what needs to be healed. What needs to be healed? Betrayal. That's really,
Wow.
really accurate. Oh my gosh, I just got kind of emotional actually. Because
Wow.
yes. So
What's
betrayal.
even crazier is that very thought occurred to me, I would say within the last few days,
Yeah.
around this person.
Yep.
Is forgiving betrayal, because that's the situation. So I'm asking about manifesting a better relationship because I have felt betrayed.
So it sounds
So,
to me
and
like healing
even
that.
wondering if,
Yeah.
yeah, even again, like I don't even know if that means like anything really changes other than it's just like healing I need to do around it, which would change. I mean, this, we have people in our lives who, like they're in your life and then they're gone. And especially if they've been somebody who's been a really good friend to you for a long time, and then they kind of just, pull away from being a friend.
Right.
And that's like, it feels
form
like
of
betrayal. And it's like, yeah, like how, and not understanding why. And if they don't, if you don't really have contact anymore with the person. And, I've had this happen. Actually, it's been a pattern in my life. I've had other people who are it's like, I literally considered them one of my very best friends, and then they just ghosted me. And over, that's been like 8 years ago,
Right.
Not this person, another one. So I'm just saying it's a theme.
Yeah.
So
Well,
interesting.
Can I, just maybe read these a little bit from, I feel the
Yeah.
need to, and I don't even know what's going to come out of my mouth right now, but I'm going to say it anyways. We asked in the beginning, how can I manifest a more positive relationship with this person? And the cards that we got indicate that person would show up, and that would show up in a new way for you. So I don't think that this is actually enough to just say, okay, heal your betrayal and now you'll be okay and you can move on. I think that this relationship can actually be healed.
And it says desire on the first card, the new beginnings. There's a desire for new beginning also.
And absolutely, and a sudden increase. And I think that the key to this whole thing is a metamorphosis that has to happen within you, a rising up of you, an evolution of your soul through finding a way to clear whatever, betrayal that you felt. So and what I'm getting is coming to, like, rising up means looking at a new perspective. So looking a new way to look at it, and to reframe what you saw as betrayal as something other than betrayal, or to forgive the betrayal. But I think it's more, we personalize things because that's our small hurts and wounds. And so when we carry that, when we rise up to the higher, this is you restructuring. It probably goes back for you. The church talks about collective consciousness programming, family values, belief structures, and, principles and things like that. It's like that betrayal kind of feels like it goes along with that church card, in that there's some kind of metamorphosis that needs to take place. You're in the process of doing that step by step, finding the way to that spiritual growth through the baby steps. But the answer to how to manifest a more positive relationship is, once you become at peace and harmony with the situation yourself, you will have extremely effective communication with this person. There's no projection of any hurts or angers or anything like that. You will be able to lighten up and actually be who you are and be in tune, and that will open you up for new beginnings with this person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because it does say a step-by-step process, of the way out, the how to keep going. And in other words, it's kind of like we're already on, or I'm already on that track.
Yes.
But there does seem like there needs to be something specific. So I would just like to pull maybe a couple more cards around the stepping stones, the how to.
Okay.
For how to, because we got the healing. The healing is the betrayal, right?
Mm-hmm. All right.
And then pull a couple cards about how to achieve healing around betrayal.
Okay.
Because that's also modeling how we envision using these new decks, is that you use a card or two to pull, a theme, and then use your other decks to dive deeper into,
so now
around
your
that theme. So
question
let's do
is
that.
how to heal the betrayal.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to pull it. We don't have a lot of room on the table, so I'm going to see what comes up. First of all, we got the man. So I think that I'm just going to put that in the first slot here, the man. So again, that's it sounds like this person is a man. So that is saying, yes, we are talking about this man. That happens a lot for me. Communications, I got the bird. Make contact. Text or call someone. Isn't that interesting? Text or call someone. Now we're asking how to heal, right? We're asking how to heal. So, hang on. There's another 2 cards just popped right up. Okay, so right there's mice. I'm getting the picture of this. We're getting the mice, which is stress, worry, anxiety, a nagging fear kind of energy. Expect the unexpected. I'm just going to say that what I pick up on that, me personally, is that he probably is feeling nervous about contact. Like that you haven't been in contact. Like in other
Very
words,
minimal, almost none.
Exactly. So, that we're, again, going back to the question is, what can you do to heal? Heal the anxiety and stress
Around.
is part of the betrayal healing. It's like
Yeah.
to address the stress that exists there, to actually face it is what I feel that the mice card is bringing. Oh, and then we got the obstacle, which is distant, cold, indifferent. I think that this is just my opinion. When we're talking about healing betrayal, what we have to do is we have to go look in the mirror at the ways that it's being projected out there. Does that make sense? Like we have these fears and worries. It's like you feel the worry of the cold being blocked. Not that you're blocked from him at all, but the feeling, the worry that he's going to be cold and indifferent, the worry that there's going to be an irritation of a contact or a feeling of nagging if you contact. In other words, all of those things are elements that need to be healed as part of the betrayal. Now, does that answer how to? I don't know. What do you think?
It does for me, because I have insights from those cards that it does for me. And it's not something I actually really want to go into right now.
Yeah.
So, that would be something like when you're reading for someone, of course, if it's in a private setting, they can definitely, go further into it, maybe feel comfortable with sharing that. But yeah, so that actually made 100% sense.
Well, guys, something happened with our recording, and we had recorded an ending and it just vanished, and I have no idea where it was, but we didn't want to leave you hanging, so I thought I would record an ending because it's really important for us to communicate with you that when you have questions about our decks, the best thing that you can do is either contact us through support@mail.intuitoracle.com, or you can message us on Etsy, or go to one of our videos down here. We're always checking, YouTube to see if anyone has posed any questions. We have a virtual assistant that goes into social media and answers questions. So we wanted to please encourage you, if you have any questions at all about the Astro Persona that doesn't get into, my cat just decides to show up again. If you have any questions at all about using the Astro Persona in an Oracle reading, please put it either in this video or part 1. And Kimberly, as I am recording this, is working on a tutorial for using the expansion kit with the Astro Persona. So once again, if you haven't got the Astro Persona, let me get this on shot. If you haven't got the Astro Persona, you might want to check it out either at the iN2IT store or on Etsy, and we'll have those links below as well. You can find anything of iN2IT at our links tree link that we put in below. The other thing that I want to remind you is that we do have the Kickstarter that's launching on the 14th of May, and my cat wants the cards. The cat loves the cards. Don't know what it is about these boxes, but oh, he loves them. But anyways, and so we really do look to our customers to help make our new decks realities, and we don't want to stop putting out new and innovative ways to use your inner knowing through the permission slip of what we are looking at as either Oracle cards or tarot cards. So any support that you give us in our Kickstarters helps us not just with the project that we're putting out, which is the trio, but it also helps us print more decks to keep them in stock so they're available when you need them. The biggest challenge we face is shipping. So shipping takes a good bit of time, and so getting our orders in for reprints is really important, and we try to do reprints as we do Kickstarter. So you support us when you support our new products in many different ways. So anyways, check out our Kickstarter link below. If you've missed the Kickstarter and you see this video later, if you hit that link, it's going to take you to our project, which is going to also lead you to a place where you can pre-purchase before they get in stock, or where you would go to purchase them once they're in stock. So anyways, thank you so much for spending time with us. Any questions that you have, please put below, and you're going to start seeing some videos. I am going to definitely start using these cards like almost immediately to start putting out readings on healing and focus, different healing and focus areas that will be timeless, and I'm excited to do it because I've been wanting to read cards again, but I see so many just repeat of the same kind of videos. They're almost all relationship based, and I know a lot of our questions were relationship based in this particular two-part series because we really were trying to show how it is used a lot, frequently in those kinds of readings to bring in the people or personality aspects. But I'm looking forward to being able to show how all of our cards bring you the information that your inner knowing wants you to know. So anyways, all right, until the next time, we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.
Introducing the iN2IT Soul Expansion Trio, 3 new Oracle decks designed to take your readings to the next level by giving you unlimited reading topics to explore and more. Meet the Focus Oracle, the Healing Oracle, and the Empower Oracle. Brought to you by the creators of extraordinary and best-selling decks like the iN2IT Oracle, the Zodiac 108, the iN2IT Tarot, iN2IT's Twin Flame Oracle, Angel Oracle, and Astro Persona. The new Soul Expansion Trio is the perfect complement to all your other favorite tarot and oracle cards. Our iN2IT Focus Oracle was created to help you decide which areas of life or purpose to focus on in any of your readings. Pick one or several cards from Focus and then use any of your favorite decks to get detailed information using your innate heart-based intuition. Our iN2IT Healing Oracle was designed to suggest areas of life that you might need healing. Shuffle the cards to see what comes up, or manually choose cards that resonate with you. Again, use your favorite oracle or tarot decks to dig deeper. The iN2IT Empower Oracle is different than the Focus or Healing. Empower was created to help you gain higher perspectives on any given situation, as it delivers empowering messages from your higher self. Pull cards during your reading or whenever you feel like it. This deck will help you create a better reality. Each powerful oracle deck in the Soul Expansion Trio contains 52 cards of the same high-quality cardstock you've come to know and love with other iN2IT Oracle decks like the iN2IT Oracle and Zodiac 108. And they are the perfect complement to any divination decks, including your favorite iN2IT decks. These decks are sold separately or together, so whether you choose to collect them over time or purchase them as a set, you will find them an indispensable part of your reading. And your readings are now only limited by the time you wish to spend. Accessing your inner being is both powerful and transformational. The iN2IT Soul Expansion Trio and all of our other decks were created for just that reason. We simply know that you're going to want to add this new divination tool to your collection. Help make the iN2IT Soul Expansion Trio a reality by backing this Kickstarter project today.